शुरू करने जा रहे हैं CUET 2024 जनरल टेस्ट का पेपर। चलिए देखते हैं पहला सवाल। तो पहला सवाल कहता है सम ऑफ द डिजिट्स ऑफ 2 डिजिट नंबर इज 10। मैं मान लेती हूँ एक x है और एक y है और इसका सम है 2। इफ 18 इज सबट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम इट द डिजिट्स इन द रिजल्टिंग नंबर विल बी इक्वल। और जब भी आप CUET का पेपर देना तो पहला आपको होना चाहिए एलिमिनेशन। कौन सा ऑप्शन हो ही नहीं सकता। तो पहली जो लाइन है वो बोली कि दो डिजिट का सम 10 है, तो मैं क्या 7 + 5 10 है नहीं है, तो ये तो होगा ही नहीं। 7 + 3 10 है, हाँ, तो या तो ये आंसर होगा। 7 6 + 5 नहीं है, तो ये भी नहीं होगा। 6 + 4 10 है, ये तो ये होगा। इन दोनों में से ही कोई आंसर है। अब अगली लाइन है इफ 18 is subtracted from it the digits in the resulting number will be equal। तो हमको ये देखना है या तो 73 में से जब हम 18 सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं या 64 में से जब हम 18 सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं कि इसका दोनों डिजिट सेम आ जाए। तो अगर मैं 73 माइनस 18 करूँ तो आ जाएगा 45, और यहाँ पे 64 माइनस 18 करूँ तो आ जाएगा 46। तो सेम डिजिट तो इसके आए हैं, यानी कि आंसर है, यानी कि हमको करेक्ट आंसर मिल गया जो कि है ऑप्शन बी 73। ओके, अब अगला सवाल देखते हैं। इन द गिवन क्वेश्चन, ओके, तो ये स्टेटमेंट और कंक्लूजन वाला सवाल है। हमको बताना है कौन कौन से कंक्लूजन सही है। फ्यू शॉप्स ऑन द रोड हैव नियॉन लाइट्स। तो फ्यू शॉप्स हैव नियॉन लाइट, जब भी फ्यू या सम आता है तो हम इस तरह का ग्राफ बनाते हैं। बट दे ऑल हैव साइन बोर्ड्स, बट ऑल द शॉप्स हैव साइन बोर्ड्स। ठीक है, तो ये हमारा वेन डायग्राम बन गया। अब वो क्या बोल रहे हैं, सम शॉप्स हैव आइदर साइन बोर्ड्स और नियॉन लाइट्स। अब सम शॉप्स पे नियॉन लाइट्स तो हो सकती है बट आइदर साइन बोर्ड्स नहीं होगा। कहने का मतलब है कि या तो साइन बोर्ड या नियॉन लाइट्स, ऐसा सीन नहीं है। सबका साइन बोर्ड्स तो है ही, तो फर्स्ट तो रॉन्ग होगा। सम शॉप्स हैव नो साइन बोर्ड्स, ये तो बिल्कुल गलत है, वो तो बोल ही रहे हैं, बट सबके पास साइन बोर्ड्स है। Some shops have no neon lights. That's true. Because few shops have neon lights, इसका मतलब कुछ के पास नहीं होंगी, तो यानी कि ऑप्शन 3 इज करेक्ट। इन सम शॉप्स हैव बोथ साइन बोर्ड्स एंड नियॉन लाइट्स। तो अगर सबके पास साइन बोर्ड्स हैं और कुछ के पास नियॉन लाइट्स है, इसका मतलब ये तो हुआ ना कि कुछ के पास साइन बोर्ड्स और नियॉन लाइट्स दोनों होंगी, तो ये भी सही है। तो आंसर 3 और 4 आएगा। इसका क्या मतलब है, हमारा ऑप्शन है 4। हमारा ऑप्शन आ रहा है 4, करेक्ट। अब ये सवाल पे कह रहे हैं कि अनवर स्पेंड 14% ऑफ हिज इनकम ऑन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल्स, 14%, 28% ऑन रेंट एंड 18% ऑन शॉपिंग। तो ये कितना हो गया टोटल हमारा, 14 + 28 42 + 18 60। तो उसने टोटल 60% अपनी इनकम खर्च दिया। इफ 1/4 ऑफ द रिमेनिंग अमाउंट इज 5120, तो जो रिमेनिंग अमाउंट है, अगर मैं उसको एक्स मान लूँ, जो 1/4 ऑफ द रिमेनिंग अमाउंट है वो 5120 है। रिमेंबर ये जो रिमेनिंग अमाउंट है वो कितनी है, 40% की। तो 1/4 यानी कि हमारा जो रिमेनिंग अमाउंट आ गया वो आ गया 08420, करेक्ट, 20,480 आ गया हमारा रिमेनिंग अमाउंट। और ये कितना है, ये 40% है हमारा टोटल अमाउंट के, जो टोटल उसकी कमाई है। ठीक है, तो ये 40% में वाई मान लेते हैं उसकी टोटल कमाई, तो ये 40% ऑफ वाई है हमारा 20,480। और कुछ कितना आ गया हमारा 20480 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 100 अपॉन दिस बिकम्स 45120 which is 5120 which is 51,200। एंड अब हम इससे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल निकाला था, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल की 14%। सो 14% ऑफ 51,200, ये आ गया हमारा 5 8, सो इनमें 8 आएगा, यानी कि सेकंड ऑप्शन। ऑलराइट, अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, इफ द एवरेज ऑफ p numbers is q square, p numbers is q square, so the average of p numbers is q square and the average of q numbers is p square, right? So they are asking the average of p plus q numbers. So if we add p, so first of all, इससे हमारा आ गया summation of p is equal to q square multiplied by p, right? तो and summation of q आ गया हमारा p square multiplied by q। तो इससे मैं लिख सकती हूँ q square multiplied by p plus p square multiplied by q upon p plus q। अब इससे अगर हम p q कॉमन ले लूँ, यहाँ से मैं p और q कॉमन ले लूँ तो ये बच जाएगा q, प्लस यहाँ से p q कॉमन ये बच जाएगा p, और p प्लस q, p प्लस q आंसर। Ajay walks at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour. So its S1 is 4 kilometers per hour. He doubles his speed after reaching halfway. So if I say he travels d speed at 4 meter per hour and the rest of the d speed at 8 kilometers per hour. He walks with 12 hours. So हमको पता है that time is equal to distance upon speed, right? तो मैं पहला d and they're asking us the total distance, correct? So d upon first distance 4 plus d upon the next distance is 8. The same distance because it's half. Is how much? 12. Now इसको solve करेंगे तो ये आ जाएगा 2d plus d is equal to 12 and we get here d is equal to 96 upon 3. 3d upon which is 96 and upon 3. This becomes 32, right? And they're asking us the total distance. The total distance is d plus d, which is twice, which basically means 64. Third option. Downstream thrice as fast as you can go upstream between two specific points in the river. Okay, so if upstream अगर s है तो downstream 3s है. Okay, if the river flows at 8 kilometers, right? So can I say if I have s plus 8, this is upstream, and s minus 8 is downstream, multiplied by 3 because it's 3s, right? Now अब इसको हम equate करने के लिए हो जाएगा s plus 8 is equal to 3s minus 24. This becomes 32 is equal to S, and S becomes our 16. So they're asking you what is the speed of the boat in still water? It's 16 km. A shopkeeper earned a profit by selling an item which is 3 times the discount. So assume discount is DE, then our profit is 3D. If the discount offered is 6.25%, okay, so discount is 6.25%. So we can say that profit would be 18.75, which is price of 6.25, right? We got 18.75. Cool. Then they are saying, what is this profit percentage? So profit percentage निकालने के लिए हमको पहले तो profit पता होना चाहिए, CP पता होना चाहिए और उसको multiply by 100. Correct. So अभी हमको CP या selling price कुछ भी नहीं पता, तो हम assume कर लेते हैं 100. ठीक है, हम ये assume करते हैं हमने जितने में बेचा आफ्टर डिस्काउंट, हमने जितने में बेचा बिफोर डिस्काउंट वो 100, हमने डिस्काउंट डाला नहीं है. अभी अगर हम इसमें से डिस्काउंट डाल देते हैं तो ये हमारा मान लेते हैं 100 हमारा मार्क प्राइस है, तो जो मेरा सेलिंग प्राइस निकल के आ जाता है वो होता है 93.75. करेक्ट, ये मेरा सेलिंग प्राइस आ गया कि मैंने इतने में बेचा आफ्टर डिस्काउंट. अब हमको क्या करना है, हमको कॉस्ट प्राइस चाहिए, तो कॉस्ट प्राइस यानी कि सेलिंग प्राइस माइनस प्रॉफिट. तो उसमें से अगर हम 18.75 माइनस कर दें तो ये आ जाएगा 75. ओके, तो हमारा सेलिंग प्राइस कॉस्ट प्राइस आ गया 75, ये हमारा हो गया कॉस्ट प्राइस. अब हमको प्रॉफिट पता है 8.75 का है, हमको सेलिंग प्राइस पता है 75 है, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करना है. तो 75 for 1 2 2s are 150 and then it's 37 375 which is 5, correct, 25. So this total population of a town is 50,000. Number of males and females increased by 10% and 15%. So initially it's males plus female, which is 58. And the increase by 10 and 15%. So I can say it's 1.10 increase in males and 1.15 in females, and this makes it 56,000. What is the number of males in the town? They're asking us the number of males. So if I was substitute the value for females in the first equation, so females is equal to 56K minus 1.10 males upon 1.15. Right, so let's substitute it. This becomes males plus 56K minus 1.10 males upon 1.15 equal to 50K. So let's multiply this. This becomes 1.15 males plus 56K minus 1.10 males, which is equal to 15 to 1.15, 50,000 into 1.15. This is 575. And so now I can say 1.15 minus 1.1, which basically is 0.05 males, is equal to 57,500 minus 56,000, which is 1,500. And we can say males are equal to 1,500 upon 0.05, which basically means 13%. Option 2. Okay, a 6-digit number has digits consecutive as consecutive natural numbers. The number is always divisible by this. You should already know it's 3. You can check for any number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This sum is 21. It is divisible by 3. If you try to remove this and get a 7, which is from 2 to 7, this basically means 27. It's again divisible by 3. So if I remove this and add 8, this basically means 25 plus 8, which is 33. It's again divisible by 3. So any consecutive 6-digit numbers are divisible by 3. The average of 101 consecutive odd number is 303. Okay, so sum with average means sum divided by the number of elements. So we know through when you learn series in 11, that sum of series basically is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1b. Correct. So n by 2, which our n is 101, 1, 2, and this will also be divided by the average, which is 101. Right. This will also be divided by 101. This will be 2a plus n minus 1b, which basically means 100, and d would be 2. Why 2? Because these are odd numbers. The gap between them is 2. Right. So here I can say this is equal to how much? 301. Right. So this also needs to get divided by 101. From 101 is 6 cut, and we can say 2a plus 200 is equal to 606. So this becomes 2a is equal to 406 and a is equal to 203. We got our a as 206. Now we just have to find out the largest number. The largest number means the last number. So nth number is how much? We say 203 plus 100. Correct. This will be 203 plus 200, which basically means 403. Okay, the next question is relatively very easy. We have A is to B as 5 is to 6. So A, B, and we also have C. This is 5 is to 6 and BC is 6 is to 7. Then A plus B, B plus C, A plus C. Okay, so remember when it's ABC and we have A, B, and BC. So what do? We put C. C पे जो भी previous वाला होगा ना उसी का सेम डाल दो. यहाँ पे B है, यहाँ पे जो खाली है उसका सेम डाल दो. 6. ये वाला 6 यहाँ पे, ये वाला 6 यहाँ पे. अब इसको हम मल्टीप्लाई कर लेते हैं. ये 30, 36, 42. So all of them are divisible by 3. So you can just say 5, 6, and 7. Right. So these are the our ratio. So A plus B, B plus C, A plus C is very simple. This is 11. This is C plus B plus C is 13. And this is 2. 11, 13, 12. All right. 50% of the job is done in 16 days. So 100% would be how much? 132 days. So the efficiency of Bhanu is 1 by 32. Bhanu can do 25% of the job in 24 days. So efficiency for Bhanu is 24 into 4, which is 96. In how many days can they do one-fourth of the job working together? They're asking how many days they can do the one-fourth of the job together. So let's find out the total efficiency. This becomes 96. This is 4. This is 3 plus 1, which is basically 4 upon 96, which we know is 1 upon 24. So that together their efficiency is 1 upon 24. And they're asking us to find how many days they can do one-fourth of the job. So they can do in 24 days the whole job, and one-fourth of the job can be done in 6 days. 80 liters of milk and water, the ratio amount of milk to that amount of water is 7:3. Okay, so 80 liters of mixture of milk and water, the ratio of amount of milk to that amount of water is 7:3. We can say that 7x plus 3x is equal to 80, right? This is 10x, which is x is equal to 80 upon 10, which basically means x is 80. Now we can say that 7 8s are, our milk is 7 8 to 56, and our water is 3 8s are 24. Correct, this is their current ratio. Now, in order to make it 2:1, how many more liters to be added? Now they want to make it 2:1, which basically means this should be 2 and half of this should be there. So 56 divided by 2 is how much? 28. Right, but our water is how much? 24. अभी 24 liters पानी है तो हमको 28 बनाना है तो कितना ऐड करोगे? 4 ऐड करोगे आंसर है 12. If a triangle PQR, P plus R is 150, right? P plus TQ is 170, angle P पूछ रहे हैं. हमको पता है P plus Q plus R कितना हो जाएगा? 180. P plus R 150 given है तो मैं बोल सकती हूँ Q is equal to 180 minus 150, which is 30. हमको Q की वैल्यू मिल गई. अब यहाँ पे लगा दो बस. P plus 3 into 30, which is 90, is equal to 170. P is equal to 170 minus 90, which is 8. Orange. Aman invested P plus 3000 for 3 years at 8%. For simple interest. Okay, so P plus 3000 for 3 years at 8% simple interest. Hmm. Okay, Anuj invested amount of P for 2 years at 12% compound interest. Hmm. So if I were to say I'm going to invest P plus 3000, P plus 3000 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 8 upon 100 is our SI. Correct. Then they're saying Anuj invested amount of P. So our amount is equal to P for 2 years. So our formula is 1 plus R upon 100 is to the power n, right? So our R is how much? 12. So I can put here 12. And our n is for 2 years. So I can say this is going to be 2. Correct. So they're saying, they're asking us to find the amount invested by Anuj. We have to find this particular amount. Correct. So here I can say my compound interest would be A minus B. And if I put minus B here as well, this will become P multiplied by 112, which is 1.12 square minus P. This becomes 12544 P minus P, right? So 1.2544 minus P. This becomes 0.2544. Okay, this is R from the left equation. Now, if you put this here, if you equate it here, because these are equal, I can say that P plus 3000 upon 100 multiplied by 24 is equal to 0.2544 P. If you multiply 100 here, this becomes 24 P plus 72,000 equal to 25.44 P. Now, 25.44 P minus 24 P would be how much? 1.44 P. Correct. And this is equal to 72,000. So now we can solve it easily. This is how much? 72,000 equal to 72,000 upon 1.44 equal to P. So if you solve this, if I do it using 12, this will become 12. This will become 6,000. And this is 5. No, 50,000. Answer is 2 because there are 2 points here. 5 and then the 2 points. This is going to be 50,000. Okay. In a zoo, there are some ducks and some rats. So let's assume some ducks, or let's just say some ducks and some rats. If the heads are counted, there are 116, while the legs are 4. Okay. So both will have 1 head, right? What will be the number of ducks in the zoo? So we know that both are going to have 1 head. So we can say D plus R is equal to 160. And ducks have two legs, which is 2D, plus rabbits have 4. 4R is equal to how much? 5, 4. Right. So if we substitute any one of them, they're asking us for ducks, so let's substitute R here. So I can say R is equal to 160 minus D. Right. So this is 2D plus 160 minus D multiplied by 4 is equal to 450. This is 2D plus 64 minus 40 equal to 450. This basically means 190 is equal to 2D and D is equal to 95.